Good evening, friends, or whenever you're watching this video. This is Tracy Brown, your somatic nutrition therapist and attuned eating expert. And I know this is a topic I've done in different iterations and variations for many years. So there's probably, if you go to YouTube, where I store a lot of my past lives, if you Google these, search these terms, you'll find many other coaching videos. But I thought I would kind of put a little bit all together in a series this time and talk a little bit about when we want to go back to dieting, there are themes, okay? And I've started to think about what are the roots that kind of keep building on each other to where it feels like I don't know how to work with this dysregulated, multi-factored ball of sensation and feeling in my body. I don't know what to do with this if I'm not restricting, and therefore that usually causes some deprivation-driven eating. I don't know how to get out of this cycle. So I thought what we would do first is look at some themes. And one of the major themes that I see in session is the idea of being rejected. Now, we don't naturally reject our bodies. We do it based on our environments, okay? So if in our environments there is rejection, specifically around food and body, it is pretty likely that we're going to internalize that because as littles, what is it safer to do? Knowing that we are reliant on our caretaker environment to keep us not only physically housed and fed, we are relying on them for mental and emotional, some level of security and a feeling like our needs and wants, interest, who we are as people are that matter and are valued. And if that happens, if that's ruptured, we will start to take on this sense of like it's easier to hate myself than it is to reject and hate the ones who are supposed to keep me alive, basically. So that sense of like there's something wrong with me can take root. All right. And that sense will impact the rest of our lives' relationships unless we uproot that. All right. So one of the main reasons that people come to me is that, Tracy, I know better. I know diets don't work. I don't even have to read a book to know that. It's like I've been trying to restrict since I was 10 at my first Weight Watchers meeting that I was forced to go to. Or in your own recovery work, maybe when you were in high school or in your 20s or your 30s or whatever, or maybe just the chronic dieting. You recognize like, well, look, I can restrict my food and maybe I can change my body, but it never lasts. And it's not because I don't work hard, I don't try hard, that I don't know better, that I don't even know how to do it. It's just that I'm driven to do this thing out of reaction because I don't know how to observe the feelings I'm having when I don't diet. All right? Or oftentimes we're dieting because we're trying to fix the binging that can come along with the grief and rage of feeling like that who we are inherently is not okay. And when we're kiddos or adolescents, we don't know the difference between like, oh, my people around me, they like my personality fine, but it's my body they have a problem with, or my food they have a problem with, whether it's directed right at you or just by osmosis from being in a toxic environment like that. So it's hard not to, our brains are meaning-making organs that try to make sense of the fight, flight, freeze, or please we might feel in if we don't feel safe, okay? So rounding all this back up is that if there is rejection in any part of your story, whether it's about food or body or something else, we are going to be very prone to doing the thing that we first learned that might ease or soothe or fix that feeling of rejection. And that's probably dieting. This is why we go back. When we stop dieting, we start to feel all of that unprocessed, not tenable stuff at the time. Right? And we don't really understand that's maybe in now time that we can have skills and resources to cope with that better. We can learn how to go to the doctor and ask exactly for what we need. And if we get a weight loss lecture, like, I'll chalk it up to your training and your bias, but I didn't really ask for that. I asked for like, how are we going to manage this condition? Or I need something. And we don't remember in those moments sometimes when we have rejection in our backgrounds that we have a choice. And we do. So this video is for you all that forget sometimes in your system that you have a choice about how you get your needs met and how you're treated. And if it's not in a supportive way, you have a choice for something different. And I know that you didn't have that when you were little bitty, or maybe younger, or maybe even less younger, and you didn't know how, and you didn't know you had a choice, but you do now. And so we are here at the station to help you remember that you have a choice, and that if there's rejection, if nobody's actually actively rejecting you right now, and like if it's coming from in yourself, know that you can also be a witness to that as well and offer that something different. Okay, so I hope this video maybe was eye-opening, gave you a different perspective on maybe stuff you've already heard, but it's really important that people understand that food restriction isn't tenable, sustainable long-term. We know that. But why do we keep doing it? Is because we likely have some unfinished business with rejection. So this is video 1 of this topic. We will talk more about fear and identity the rest of this week, and maybe some other tidbits I'll throw in there too, depending on what people responses to each video. So I tend to like take my idea and take your truth and then put that together, and we will keep processing from there. So thank you all so very much for being here live. I really appreciate you all. If you need something and you just want to chat, my website is tracybrownrd.com. You can go there and connect. I'd love to talk with you. If it feels more comfortable to be here on here, leave a message below or tag me here in the comments, and I will tend to you there as well. So, all right, well, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in Wednesday's video, and have a great evening, or if it's morning watching this, see you then. Bye for now.